A couple months ago, I did a video on the top 10 scams in Pet Simulator X, but since then, scammers have found more ways. Some of them are pretty smart, some of them are just kind of funny to try scamming people in Pet Simulator X, so I'm gonna be showing top 5 new scams I've started seeing. So hopefully after watching this video, you guys do not fall for these. Some of them can actually be pretty convincing. But first, do you want a free huge pet? Just like the video, subscribe, and comment your Roblox username, because I choose one random winner every video. So here is last video's winner. I'm gonna send them the golden rock, nor out my Titanics. I'm gonna probably do part 3 of my Cat to 100 Trillion series today. But anyways, let's get into the scams. These are kind of in order, but anyways, number 5 is glitched wrap. So a lot of people say that their pets are glitch wrapped. Now, wrap doesn't really glitch in trade plazas, just some pets are kind of rare, so they're not auctioned as much, so the wrap doesn't really update, show what it actually gets. But basically, I've seen a couple pets with an extremely high wrap recently that are not worth nearly that much. Like, someone bought party axolotls from their main account while on an alt in the auction and made it go from like 110 billion wrap all the way up to like 700 billion. So a lot of people that only use wrap when trading have given hundreds of billions for it. I mean, it did make it go up to around 160 billion. Anyone that like knows that it's inflated will still give a little bit more than before. So it actually did raise how much it normally gets, but it's gonna drop down to somewhere between 100 and 200 soon. So just, I've been updating my value list a bit recently. It's linked in the description. I'd recommend checking that. And if something is like multiple times the wrap of the value, then it is probably really inflated. So please don't give like 500 billion for a huge party axolotl. It is not worth that much. This is really easy to avoid if you just don't rely only on wrap. But since they made the auction price 1% tax instead of 5%, now a lot more people are auctioning stuff, and it also means a lot of people are auctioning pets for really expensive to their alt so that they can get more on it. And I mean, it does work. It'd be a pretty good strategy to just hoard a pet and then buy it from yourself for a lot to make the wrap go up. But yeah, just watch out, make sure you're not overpaying for stuff that is super inflated. Anyways, number 4 is the fake huge cat. The reason I'm mentioning this is because someone tried doing this in my server yesterday while I was trading. I'll play the clip of the video real quick. Nah, bro, someone's trying to scam. He said that he's selling huge cat for 1 trillion and come to this booth, and I hover over it. It is huge chef cat. That is not the huge cat. So as you saw there, people basically just put up a huge chef cat or something that looks like a huge cat because the icon looks pretty much the same. Says they're selling it for much lower than a normal huge cat would go for. Like, I was about to take diamonds out of my bank and buy it. It's like outside of the video because at the time I was doing a challenge. But then I went to check the cereal and then I found out it was not a huge cat. So just watch out. Make sure you hover over the pet before to see what you're actually buying, because a lot of other pets look like a huge cat. Number 3 is pretty interesting. So this is not actually in Pet Sim X, it's on Twitter. So if you go to literally like any post on Twitter of someone getting scammed, you can even try this out yourself. If you say a message like this saying that you got scammed in Pet Sim X and like that you need help getting stuff back, then usually you'll see a few replies from random accounts that are either most likely people's accounts that have been hacked or just complete bots. But they all say to like contact a certain person. Sometimes it's on Twitter, sometimes it's on Instagram, sometimes on Roblox. And even if it is somewhat legitimate, which I'm pretty sure it's not, I'd never trust any services where people are using bots acting like real people to phone it. It's kind of like how if you like have an email, you probably get like scam emails. Sometimes it's just like, watch out for random people saying they can help you recover your pets or something, because honestly there's nothing no one can really do. If you get scammed or lose your pets, just like don't give people your pets, then you should be good. Number 2 is some weird hat. Now, I don't know exactly what this hat is, but this strategy is probably the dumbest out of all scamming strategies I've seen, but it is pretty funny. Even though this is a really dumb strategy, it must work at least sometimes because it seems to happen quite a bit, but it would be really hard to fall for this. Like, you would have to be like not paying attention so hard for this to work. It's kind of similar to the fake huge cat one, but it is. Well, you can see it in this screenshot. This also has happened in like a server I was in and one of my friend's servers. The guy doing this, well, I don't know if multiple people are doing it, but this guy, you can see 72.4 trillion on his booth, so it must work. Basically, a huge pet or an egg or just something is gonna be up for 1 trillion, but as you can see, he has a hat that is gray and stands in the exact position where the gray hat like, I'm pretty sure it's a sword or like some sort of backpack, it goes through the booth and basically blocks the T. So if you're really not paying attention, like, okay, I don't know how someone would be like that bad at paying attention where they'd even get 1 trillion diamonds in the first place if someone falls for this, but like, once you click it, it will say, are you sure you want to buy this for 1 trillion diamonds? And it will have all the zeros, so it is gonna say 1 trillion on the menu anyways. But I guess maybe some people have fallen for it, or else you'd probably like do something else. I mean, it isn't exactly a scam, it's just probably like the most annoying trading practice like ever. This is literally just like attempting to hide the price, because eggs definitely do not go for 1 trillion, so just watch out. If on a booth you see something weird, then just look closely. I recommend when using booths, if you're unsure about something, just press E to view the booth, because there's no way they can block this. You can see all the pets and all the actual prices, but yeah, when you click something, it is literally gonna say, do you want to buy it for this much? So kind of hard to miss that when buying it, especially with all the zeros, because 1 is literally just gonna say 1, but 1 trillion has 12 zeros, so it's pretty hard to miss in my opinion. The number 1 scam is probably the most convincing one, and I almost fell for it for a few seconds before realizing that it is definitely a scam. So I wish I had the Discord DMs for this one, but this will mostly just happen on Discord. So I was trying to trade in the Big Games Discord server. I was looking for people selling Titanics, because I had almost 10 trillion diamonds and a bunch of huges I could trade for a Titanic, and I DM'd someone, and then they said they weren't really interested in diamonds, but then they said that they were looking for a magnet floppa, which is an exclusive pet, and they said they were willing to give 2 Titanics for it. Now, they also said like only a couple exist or something. If you guys don't know, magnet enchant is basically useless. Like, it does not make pets worth more at all, and flop is a pretty decent exclusive pet, but not anywhere near even close to 1 Titanic. So this was like an absolutely insane offer for a pet barely even worth probably less than a huge. So anyways, around the same time, someone completely random DMs me, and it is a new account made like a couple days ago, and then they say that they're trading a magnet floppa and that they want offers on it. So then I send them a screenshot of my inventory, and they wanted all my huges for it, which was about 4 trillion. So if you think about it, what they're trying to do is make you think, hey, this guy is giving 2 Titanics for this pet, so if I give 4 trillion to some other guy for it, then I can trade it for the 2 Titanics. So they wanted me to think it would basically be like 4 trillion for 2 Titanics. But what they didn't know is I could connect the dots and see that it was just the same person on 2 accounts. The guy with the Titanics was just pretending like he'd give them for it to try getting me to give an insane amount for a pet not worth anything near that much on what he is trying to make seem like a different account, but I knew it was definitely his alt account. So basically, to sum it all up, someone will DM you on 2 accounts, try to get you to overpay for a really bad pet, and on one of the accounts, make it seem like they're giving a lot for that bad pet, so that you think you're profiting in the end, but you're actually not, because if you give a whole bunch for that really bad pet, you're literally just gonna like not have anything left, and it's not gonna be worth much at all. They'll probably just like either block you on both accounts or just not reply once you ask if you can trade for the good pets. So this has been a scam for a little bit. For some reason, it happens with Magnet Floppa a bit, because literally the same day that I mentioned that to one of my friends, he is also trading in the Big Game server, and they tried that one on him too, with like the exact same pet. So yeah, I just think that's kind of funny, because like, I was thinking, wow, what a coincidence that this guy is offering 2 Titanics for a Magnet Floppa, and someone with a Magnet Floppa just happened to DM me, and then I realized like after just maybe 1 or 2 seconds, hey wait, probably just him on an alt trying to get me to give a whole bunch for a bad pet. But yeah, I just find that scam pretty funny. Like, I don't see many people falling for it, but they definitely have to have gotten people, because again, they probably wouldn't be doing it if it does not work. So yeah, those are the top 5 scams in Pet Simulator X that I have not previously mentioned. If you want to see 10 more scams, then you should like check out my video I did a couple months ago on top 10 scams. In the future, I might do another video like this, because scammers are probably going to come up with the more unique and interesting ways instead of spending their time trading like a normal person. So yeah, just make sure to subscribe with the notifications on, like the video, join the Discord server, link in the description, do everything else linked in the description. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.